Hey guys, welcome back to English Daily News Report. I'm your host, Paul. Today's topic is El Salvador makes Bitcoin legal currency. Bitcoin. Do you have any Bitcoin? Do I have any Bitcoin? Stick around to find out. Alright, time for exercise number 1, vocabulary. Recognize. To acknowledge the existence, quality, etc. of something. Wrestling is recognized as one of the world's oldest sports. Legal tender. Coins or notes that must be accepted as payment. As of next year, these coins will no longer be legal tender. Vendor. A person or company that is selling something, especially someone selling goods in the street. There are many vendors in the marketplace. Speculate. To invest in property, shares, etc., hoping it will increase in value but with the risk of losing money. Cryptocurrency. A type of digital money that is used online. Bitcoin is the most well-known cryptocurrency in the world. Roll out. An occasion when a new product or service is made available. The vaccination rollout has been going slower than planned. Alright, that's it for today's vocabulary. Let's jump right into the article, shall we? Alright, it's time for exercise number 2, the article. Are you ready to follow along? You may follow along, read along, pause the video, read it yourself. You may also just practice your listening skills. Play this while you drive, play it while you cook. You can do whatever you want. It's up to you. The choice is yours. El Salvador makes Bitcoin legal currency. El Salvador has become the first country to recognize Bitcoin as legal tender. This means that as of September 7th, 2021, businesses in El Salvador have to, when possible, accept Bitcoin for payments. However, a survey of almost 1,300 El Salvadorians in August 2021 by the Central American University found that 68% were against making Bitcoin legal tender. The survey also found that 9 out of 10 people didn't completely understand Bitcoin. On September 8th, protests against Bitcoin as legal tender started in the capital city, San Salvador. A resident of the city told Reuters that the digital currency wouldn't work for people like street vendors, shopkeepers, and drivers, and that it was for big investors who want to speculate with their money. Opposition politician Johnny Wright-Sol told the BBC that the protesters don't hate Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, but they don't think businesses should have to accept it if they don't want to. The El Salvador government has also launched its own digital wallet app for Bitcoin called Chivo. Anyone in the country who downloads Chivo is given $30 worth of Bitcoin to get them started. However, just 5 hours after Chivo was launched, it had to be temporarily shut down because of server problems. Just in case if you guys were wondering what a digital wallet app was, it's actually an application on your phone, an extension in your browser, or it is a desktop software that holds your cryptocurrency just like your physical wallet that you put your cash in, but this one's a digital wallet that's encrypted with passwords, passphrases, and key codes. So it's a new way of holding that digital currency. Pretty cool, right? Alright, let's get back to the article. As El Salvadorians found themselves having problems setting up their digital wallet, the country's president, Nayib Bukele, tried to give tech support on Twitter. Bukele also shared a tweet from a journalist who had been able to use Bitcoin to pay at a McDonald's. Just before the El Salvador rollout, one Bitcoin was worth almost $53,000. $53,000. But this fell on September 7th, with the digital currency's value falling by 18.6% at one point, for a market loss of $180 billion. However, the currency recovered a little, and on September 8th, one Bitcoin was worth about $46,500, or about 11% lower than the day before. So, that goes to let you know how volatile cryptocurrency can be. Alright guys, time for exercise number 3, discussion. What are your thoughts on El Salvador recognizing Bitcoin as legal tender? So in my opinion, I think it's great. That means countries are going to start adopting Bitcoin, just like El Salvador did. If that happens, Bitcoin will become one of the most valuable digital assets in the world. Question number 2. Do you find it surprising that 68% of El Salvadorians were against making Bitcoin legal tender? Why or why not? So in my opinion, I'm not shocked. It's normal. When I talk to people about my cryptocurrency, or if they have cryptocurrency, most of the time people say, no, I don't trust it. I don't believe in it. It's a scam. It's nothing. So in El Salvador, it's basically the same thing. People aren't aware. They don't understand. They might not know. Some people might say, what's a Bitcoin? Where do I get one? So it's not surprising at all. What do you think? Is it surprising? Let me know in the comments down below if you think it's surprising, all right? Number 3, what percentage of people in your country do you imagine understand Bitcoin? So I live in Thailand, and I've talked to a couple of people, foreigners and local Thais, about Bitcoin, and everyone seems to be aware. But not everyone that I know has invested. Some people don't trust it, so it's something that's a hit and miss situation with people around you. Now, I'm from the States as well, and in the States, I did read an article that stated a very low percent of Americans are invested in Bitcoin or even understand it. They only know the name. So let me know what it's like in your country, all right? Number 4, have you ever thought about investing in cryptocurrency? Why or why not? All right, at the beginning of this topic, I asked if you had any, and I said, what about me? Do I have any? Currently, I am not invested in Bitcoin itself, but I have invested in other projects. Other projects like Ethereum. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it. Once you learn what Ethereum is, you'll hear the names Polkadot, Chainlink, Cardano, Solana. All of those projects are all trying to do the same thing. Be the next best one. Number 5, do you expect many countries to recognize Bitcoin as legal tender in the near future? Why or why not? So, in my opinion, I hope, number 1, because I'm invested, but I do think El Salvador being the first country is not the last one. When countries start to adopt Bitcoin, that's when I start to get excited because I'm an investor. But if you're not an investor, you can still get excited because it's time for change. New ways of living life, new forms of money. That's what I'm excited for. So El Salvador being the first one, it's definitely not going to be the last one. Exercise number 4 is further discussion. Have you been to El Salvador? If so, would you recommend going there? If not, would you like to visit Central America? So I've never considered El Salvador one of my travel destinations, but I have considered other countries in that region, like Costa Rica. I have friends that have visited Costa Rica and they just told me about how wonderful it is. So that's on my list of things to do. What about you? Let me know in the comments down below, all right? Number 2, is it more common for people to pay with cash or card where you live? So currently I live in Bangkok, Thailand, and I've been here for a while. And in the beginning, it was just cash. even though you have a debit card or credit cards, you mainly pay in public with cash. The occasional debit card or credit card transaction is common, but it was all cash until mobile banking came out. Once mobile banking came out, that's when everything changed. Everybody was utilizing the app provided from their bank, which allowed scanning of a QR code or a barcode or an account number where you could instantly send money in the snap of a finger. So that's what we do here. I know other countries like China use Alipay, Apple Pay. Countries like America, they use Samsung Pay, Apple Pay. Credit cards are still popular. Debit cards are a must. I don't know many people that carry cash in other countries, but in Thailand, we still do carry cash a lot. Like 7-Eleven, I use cash every single day. What about in your country? What's the normal? Let me know, all right? Number 3, do you use any mobile payment apps? If so, which ones? If not, why not? So like I just mentioned, in Thailand, mobile banking apps are a must. Everybody has more than one. And you can send, transfer, pay, everything right from that app in the snap of a finger. You could even send a family member money instantly, right away, with 0 fees. How cool is that? What about in your country? Number 4, what would you invest in if you had money to spare? Why? So, like I mentioned, I invested in cryptocurrency recently at the beginning of the year. But I do have friends that have invested in real estate, but that's a tough market. I've also been learning stock market recently. I haven't invested yet, but it's something I'm looking forward to doing in the future. What about you? Have you invested in anything? Let me know in the comments down below what you've recently invested in or what you've been investing in the past couple years. All right? Looking forward to seeing those answers, guys. Number 5, I trust Bitcoin more than I trust my bank. Adam Draper, what do you make of this statement? So what Adam's trying to say, in my opinion, is that the Bitcoin and the way we hold it and keep it is a lot more secure than a big bank. I'm only saying that because that's what I've heard and that's what I've started to feel myself. I feel like I can trust my digital wallet more. I feel like having possession of my own cryptocurrency in my own pocket on a cold storage or online or in an extension or an app, it's right there. The only person who controls it is me. The only person who monitors it is me. So maybe that's the reason why he says that. He feels the same way. All right, guys, it's time for the word of the day. The word of the day is FOMO. What does FOMO mean? FOMO means a state of mental or emotional strain caused by the fear of missing out. So FOMO is an acronym. An acronym is the first letter of each word. So fear of missing out. FOMO. How do we use it? I started getting FOMO when the price of Bitcoin started to rise. Cryptocurrency causes high levels of FOMO. All right, that's it. See you later.